Welcome to Tunacheki, and thank you for watching. If you want us to cover any of your topics, leave your suggestions in the comments and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to catch up with all our latest videos. Modern African countries are relatively new as compared to the rest of the world, but some are older than most. And in this video, Tunacheki presents the top 10 oldest independent countries in Africa. Number 10. Cameroon. It gained its independence from the French on January 1st, 1960. Number 9. Guinea. It was colonized by the French and it became independent on 2nd October 1958. Number 8. Ghana. It was colonized by the British and gained independence on 6th March 1957. Number 7. Tunisia. It was colonized by the French and became independent on 20th March 1956. Number 6. Morocco. It was colonized by the French and it became independent on 2nd March 1956. Number 5. Sudan. It was colonized by Britain and Egypt and it became independent on January 1st, 1956. Number 4. Libya. It was colonized by the British and gained independence on December 24, 1951. Number 3. Egypt. It gained its independence from the British on 28 February 1922. Number 2. Liberia. It was home to freed slaves and it became a republic on July 26, 1847. Number 1. And the title for the oldest independent country in Africa goes to Ethiopia, which became independent in 1889 and is officially the oldest country in Africa. Make sure to watch our other videos and share them to support the channel.
They saddled their horses and mules, harnessed them in the fierce bits of war and hurried to the chieftain's camp. This was the Abyssinian mobilization, the formation of the famous Patriot Army in its rags and its bare feet, which struck such fear into the Italians and crumbled their resistance behind the battle, where at Terren and on the Juba River, in Asmara and Harar, the British regular war machine was pounding their weary troops. And this is the headquarters of the man who at his emperor's command held up the flag of Ethiopian liberty for 5 years. Ras Ababa Aragai, in 1935 and 1936 chief of the Addis Ababa police. A quiet, astute, gentle-voiced officer, incapable of shouting Duce, Duce in any language. One of the bravest men in the modern world. Ababa Aragai has spent the past 5 years never more than 100 miles from Addis Ababa. With a price on his head, he's been wounded in battle half a dozen times. He's foiled more than one Italian expedition of 15,000 men. And now the promised arms are coming. British rifles with British bands, all sorts, Martinis, Lee Medfords, Lee Enfields, and American rifles, Springfields. It was a chance shipment from America that gave the first armed impetus to the revolt, and captured Italian rifles in their thousands. Few lost lessons in guerrilla warfare from the Ras Ababa Aragai. Don't be foolish, he says, as many of you were in 1935 and 1936. Don't go en masse in front of their machine guns. In 5 years, we've learned a lesson or two in mountain fighting. The night attack, the war of nerves, and of unnerving shrieks in the dark. The war of light hand grenades stolen from the Italians. The attack on the flank, the ambush from the stone sand. That long hair on your heads is the badge of the Albanian, the Ethiopian guerrilla fighter. It is the outward sign of your form as irregular soldiers. Now into the lorries, troops, rifles, bayonets, provisions and all. And we'll show the Italians what we mean by Ethiopian independence. The patriot armies whip up their arms, food and drink. Beer made of Abyssinian barley, called tala, and mead made of Abyssinian honey, called tej. Meanwhile, the Ras gives orders to his staff. The women bring small sacks of millet to cook cakes, and the dried peas called shimbala that are Ethiopia's hardest rations. The women and the children are going to battle with the men. The little boy carries his father's rifle until the moment when father thinks that he can draw a bead on an eye. If father dies, then the rifle belongs to the little boy. Mother and son will give father a good Christian burial on the battlefield. They're stoical, but they're optimistic also. Perhaps they think it'll be the Italian who will lie stiff under our independent African stars. And then we'll have another rifle in the family for little brother to carry.